오늘 할 게임 페르시아의 왕자 잃어버린 왕관이고요. 가보도록 하겠습니다. 먹어주고 가봅시다. 이어서 우와! 오! 죽을 뻔. 어? 주변이 왜 이래? 어? 여기 뭐 있다. 요거를 활용하면 이제 이렇게 보인다는 말이지. 그냥 뭐 다시 올릴 수가 있네. 아, 이 뜻이구나. 됐다. 어? 이 주변인데? 튕겨내고. 어디 있는 거야? 어? 뭐야, 나 다시 내려왔네. 아우. 어디로 가야 되지, 이제? 여긴가? 안 오면 내가 가야지. 오! 이거 오케이 아니야? 아, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼. 백, 돌아가! 딴 데 길이 있나? 저기 100% 안 될 것 같은데.
Take the prince to the Simor gate.
Anahita! Don't you dare harm him!
If you want Prince Hassan back, come and get him!
Anahita!
야, 어떡하냐? 오!
Anahita was here. She's taking Hassan to the Simor gate.
Then Artaban may be right about her wanting the throne. That thing above us. What is it?
I'm not sure. But to get to Hassan and Anahita, we must destroy it.
From this distance? That's not possible for either of us. Maybe Menelaus can help here. Varam sent him to the east to investigate the forest.
I'll try to find him.
I'll look for another way.
와, 이대로 가야 된다고? 화살이네? 나중에 뭐 먹을 수 있는 건가? 일단 가자. 도시 상부. 엘리베이터야 이거? 막혀있네. 아우. 하나 마시자. 숨겨내고 마무리. 요 멋진데? 액션이 진짜 연출이라고 해야 되나? 연출이 진짜 괜찮네. 오 어디 가길이야 여기? 아까 거기인데? 여기가 도시인가 그러면? 먹을 거다. 줍기. 수집용 아이템. 설계도. 잠깐만, 이거 어떻게 하냐? 갈 방법이 없나 지금은? 아우. 아니 망하겠는데 잘못하면. 와 드디어 듣네. 뭐야, 목걸이 잠금 해제. 공중에서 주는 모든 근접 피해를 약간 증가시킵니다. 오 이거 장신구인가 보다. 와 진짜 아슬아슬하네. 으아 넘어갔다. 상호작. 다시 돌아온 거 아니야 이러면? 돌아왔지. 내려가자. 합으로. 안식처. 오 여기가 약간 뭔가 치료해준 그런 데인가 보다.
What brings you here, traveler?
My allies and I are in pursuit of a traitor.
Then you and the others are trapped here too. Mount Calf has seen its share of travelers. Many are lost within the web of time's curse. Beware, warrior. Death and misery roam the citadel.
I've seen my share of death.
Even the most determined of warriors must be prepared. Take its unique properties will aid you. Just know that each one is precious and can only be changed at a whack tree.
I'll make good use of this.
목걸이 줬는데? 이건 뭐지? 최대 체력 증가. 오. 일단 한 번 더 대화.
Welcome.
구매. 이런 거 살 수 있나 보네요. 업그레이드는 뭐야? 추가 물약 효율 증가. 와 이런 거를 나중에 구해봐야겠다 이거는. 이거다. 한거자. 목걸이. 몇 개 낄 수 있지? 이렇게 하자. 나가기. 달달하게 먹었습니다. 나중에는 목걸이 같은 거 그런 거 찾아봐야 될 듯? 이렇게 올라가고. 여기 있네. 아르타반.
Sargon. Varum saw Anahita's guards, and he's in pursuit. As for me, I cannot continue. My mind is playing tricks on me. I can't discern the truth from the imaginary.
Artaban, thank you for being honest with me. Does this mean you're retreating?
I'm not giving in just yet. I intend to serve until my last breath. After all, if Anahita really has changed loyalties, I believe you're short of a sparring partner.
도전 과제? 띄우기, 아, 이런 거 다 하면은 다 주는 거구나. 자유 훈련은 뭐야? 해봐야겠다. 이렇게 상대할 수 있는 것 같고, 튕겨내고 마무리. 아 뭐야, 여기 나가려면 어떻게 해야 돼? 나가는 길이 없네? 아, 이렇게 되면 한 대 맞고 나가기, 이거다. 오, 도전과제 기본.
Let's warm up and review the basics.
The basics again.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Get in position. Show me how you chain ground attacks.
콤보가 있나 보네. 마무리.
Very well. Bear in mind you can redirect your next attack. Since you propel your opponent away with your last strike, that's the end of the chain. At close range, the sweep is good against smaller foes. You can also chain attacks afterwards.
진짜. 이렇게, 아, 네 번 때릴 수 있구나. 컷.
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet. Make use of that.
Perfect to cripple agile enemies.
Remember that you move forward with each attack. If you want to keep your distance, the sweep allows you to maintain your position.
아, 하나.
This doesn't suit your style, but some situations might require you to take such precautions.
Precautions? What precautions?
My point exactly.
이러면 50개씩 준다는 말이죠. 이유기군. 저거 모르면은 그냥 죽어야 되는 거 아니야?
told you about propelling enemies up in the air.
An airborne enemy cannot retaliate until they're back on their feet.
At least that got in your head. Let's go over your upward attack. Use them to hit targets above you, but also to propel ground enemies in the air.
오케이. 오케이.
A word of warning. Using the same upward attack twice in a row will lessen its effectiveness.
아,
You can
데미지
also use an upward
줄어드는구나.
attack in a fighting combination. Be sure you're within range to strike.
오케이. 하나, 둘, 탁. 이렇게.
Following through with your attacks lets you stay in the action. Remember, Rashaba. Even a constant wind can carve a mountain. Now then, the forward slide. It's a chance to engage with an offensive advantage.
시작. 피하고. 아, 잠깐만. 슬라이딩 후 띄우기 공격. 슬라이딩 후. 아, 요렇게.
Closing the distance. That suits me.
Now let's combine everything. Chase the enemy mid-air after your upward attack.
아, 뒤에 누르고 위에서 공격해.
Vary your upward attacks. The same one twice in a row will not give you the same propulsion.
I understand.
나가기. 이거 했고, 공중 공격, 모기 공격, 적 반응, 고급 동장, 아스라 폭주, 뭐 되게 많네. 일단 하나씩 해봐.
Now for a specialty of yours. Acrobatic techniques. Ready for the next lesson?
I'm always ready.
You know about mid-air combinations, but there are other options. Try to reach the flying enemy.
이렇게. 그럼 늘은 최대한 올린 다음 바로 상단 공격. 요렇게 마무리해주고.
Easy enough?
You cannot chain attacks after this move, but it should prove itself useful in certain situations. Alternatively, you can aim at enemies directly below you. Mind your position.
이렇게. 이렇게.
Now that's a new way to lift up the enemy.
You can send the enemy up even higher with aerial combinations, rather than sending them far away.
요렇게. 오.
This technique is valuable. You can save on time or throw your foe towards environmental hazards. Should you see a use for it, you can also send them crashing into the ground if you...
내려주기.
If I rush to the ground afterwards, I can maintain my flow before they get back on their feet.
For that, you know more than I do. I'm past the age to perform cartwheels at the fair.
Huh. Very funny.
나가기. 모기 공격.
Sargon, remind me what our ancestors said about Athra.
아스라?
Athra flows through the universe and all living things. As much as weapons are the extension of our bodies, Athra is the extension of our will.
Precisely. You've been listening. Athra can be channeled, intensified in your blades, until Athra-charged attacks have several advantages. They can be destructive and even increase your focus.
시작. 모기 공격.
Look at you. I can see your Athra radiating. you've embraced the teachings of our ancestors. You've come a long way since I met you. But mastery is a never-ending journey.
또 있어?
Now then, focus your Athra in the middle of a ground combination.
Right in between moves. I'll give it a try.
오, 뭐야, 이런 게 있었어?
You see that? It's effective at annihilating
아,
enemy
방어는
defenses.
요걸로 무너뜨려야
And if they
되는구나.
do not break, they will certainly be weakened. Are you also able to do that in the air?
I've practiced the technique to crush targets from above. I'll show you.
이거.
Perfect. These are strong attacks, and they knock back the enemy, marking the end of the combination. With proper training, Athra, the everlasting blaze, is yours to channel and control.
다른 것들, 적 반응, 방어 기술, 요 5개 남았네.
No fighting style rules above all. The greatest combatants understand adaptability. Knowing your opponent's strengths is key to bringing them down. Take massive opponents, for example. They react differently to upward attacks. Give it a go.
밀려나네, 그냥.
My strikes knocked them back, but they're too heavy for me to lift them off the ground.
Worse still, some opponents can ignore the recoil of your strikes because of their build or magic. You must be vigilant, as this means they can counterattack during your fighting combinations.
보자. 안 되네, 그냥.
Are there even worse enemies out there? None of my attacks have any effect on them.
Not showing signs of pain doesn't mean they didn't get hurt. And careful what you wish for. The Citadel is full of mysteries. We're not out of the woods yet. And one more thing. Some enemies can recover while you're in the middle of your combination. Some can parry your next strike, cutting short your chain of attacks. You can find out for yourself.
오케이.
I see more and more the benefit of sending the enemy up in the air whenever that's possible.
But you know that's not always possible. The best defense is not always offense.
나가자. 방어 기술.
A warrior who throws himself into the fray without defensive skills can win battles, but never wars.
It's not the first time I've heard you say that.
The goal is to structure combat in such a way as to hit the enemy without ever being hit in return. Your dodges, backwards and forwards, allow you to pass through enemy attacks and remain unscathed.
해보자. 아, 이거 콤보 하는 중에도 이렇게 피할 수가 있네요.
Your last strike in a ground combination does not allow these actions. The price to pay for
아,
power.
마지막 공격은 회피 못하네. 오케이.
You can also end your combination early with a jump. While in the air, you can dodge by doing a backflip.
어? 잠깐만. 아. 에? 안 되는데? 이렇게
Jumping, while chaining attacks, can also be used offensively. Parrying is the best defense against a head-on attack, turning the table in your favor.
해보자.
Not all attacks can be parried. If you're attacked from both sides, escaping is your best option. Parrying and dodging are not unique to us, Sargon. You can expect enemies who can do the same.
고급 동작. 이거 고급 동작 가보자.
You already know this well. How recovering your balance after striking is when you're most vulnerable. After a successful dodge, the odds are in your favor. Launch a counterattack right at that moment.
두 대 때리고 피한 다음에 됐다.
I could do this all day long.
Attacking from behind is also advantageous, and even more so when the enemy is already engaged.
시작. 잠깐만. 이렇게 하고 이렇게. 오케이. 하나, 둘, 슬라이딩하고 뒤에 때리기. 하나, 둘, 뒤통수 펀치. 오케이.
Careful against fast foes. They may turn around and punish your attempt at a sneak attack.
Only if they can match my speed.
You can kick while sprinting to propel the enemy into the background.
And to make a loud entrance.
해보자. 날려버리기. 호아! 헥토파스칼 킥. 아우. 잠깐만. 헥토파스칼 킥.
Sprinting
좋았어.
allows you to close the distance. You can still perform an upward attack.
오케이. 이거 남은 두 개 해봅시다.
Artaban, I want to perfect my parrying technique. What do you have for me?
The art of parrying requires perfect timing and
오. 다 쳐냈죠?
get ready to parry.
한 번 더.
As you may have discovered, projectiles can also be returned to the
투사체도
sender.
패링이 가능해? 이건 처음 알았는데? 어디 봐. 딱 빛날 때. 지금. 요렇게.
Do be vigilant. Once more, not all projectiles can be parried.
다는 안 되다는 거
Some
하네요.
moves give you better opportunities to counter. Learn to identify them and don't miss.
천의 기운, 처형. 처형.
Few enemies are able to recover from your Rushaba counters.
Actually, I named them downburst counters.
Whatever you say.
I wish I could parry any attack.
You know that's impossible, even for me. Fortunately, your senses are sharp. You'll know in advance if an attack can be parried or not.
아우. 이거를 잠깐만. 뭐야?
This isn't the whole day's lesson, right?
There is a lesson in every failure. Did you see the effect of the hit you took? That's what you get when you miss a parry.
탄핵에 실패하면
And
그렇게 됩니다.
getting hit this way is particularly dangerous. And your Athra focus takes a hit too.
Well, I can feel it in my jaw now.
오케이. 저거는 절대 안 되는 패링이. 아즈라 복수 보자.
Athra, the everlasting blaze, the unifying energy that interlaces the cosmic tapestry. It's the flame that gives and takes. Its presence and blessing extend throughout the cosmos. By discerning the cadence of Athra's flow, you can better navigate exercises and cures. Athra bestows stability and longevity upon those who Sargon. Your Athra burns brighter with each successful technique and can be unleashed all at once.
Athra Surge. I've used it before.
Get in position and start channeling it.
오케이.
Conversely, taking hits will break your focus and your Athra will dissipate. Riskier actions, such as parrying and launching charged attacks, are even more effective. Try to parry this enemy and see how fast you can gather your Athra.
오케이. 오, 훨씬 많이 채워지네. 안 되죠? 안 되죠?
Keep in mind that dodging is safer, but it will not build up Athra. Parry whenever you can. Let's talk about the Athra Surge. Since it has dodging properties, it's ideal for counterattacks. It's useful for breaking down defenses, and can stop attacks that are usually, well, unstoppable.
오케이.
Every warrior prides themselves on developing their ultimate techniques, but you can also learn from them.
배울 수도
Keep in
있다고?
mind that Athra ignites the soul, gracefully moving through unending transformation. Harnessing and charging its strength is merely a single expression of its multifaceted nature.
오케이.
Fine
모든-
work. You now know all the basics.
뭐야?
Don't forget, you can always visit for a training session. If you learn new moves, perhaps we can figure out together how to use them. Take this for starters.
뭐 준다. 아스라 복주. 바유의 파도. 와, 이거 줄 줄 몰랐는데? 이거 한번 장착해봐야겠다. 지금 이게 제 거죠? 베레스 라그나의 강타. 적에게 달려들어 광터 공격을 가해 모든 방어를 무너뜨리고, 바유의 파도. 적을 뒤로 밀어내는 강력한 아스라의 파동을 방출합니다. 마지막 동작은 중단될 수 있습니다. 오, 얘는 공중에서도 사용 가능하네. 오케이. 좋아요. 일단은 페르시아의 왕자 잃어버린 왕관 마치도록 하겠습니다. 재밌게 봤던 구독과 좋아요, 알림 버튼 눌러주세요. 안녕, 바이바이.